Hello everyone. I hope you can all see and hear me clearly. I'm trying to watch on my other device at the moment and nothing's happening, so I'm just going with it and hoping that I'm coming through to you. So let's have a look at the comments, and I can see Hilary. Hi Hills, thanks for coming along. Jan, always good to see you in from the US there. And Anne, that's great for you to be here, Anne. So yeah, it's been a bit of a rush today because I actually had an appointment this morning, so I couldn't really do any prep until I came back. So I hope I'm prepared. But you know, we just go with it, don't we, on this kind of thing. So has everyone else had a good week? Have you all been crafting? Anything exciting happened? I haven't spoken to you, Jan, for a while, so not sure how things are going over in the USA. I've been really busy with work, so I've not really done a lot of crafting, although yesterday I did have to do a really quick, I had to make 2 cards really quickly because I'd actually forgotten them. I know that sounds awful, doesn't it? Right, this, I'm not happy with the shadow that's going on at the moment, so I'm just going to try and move this light and see if I can make it any better. I don't think that's made an awful lot of difference, so I hope you can just bear with me here with the shadow. Oh, hi Navarana, long time no speak. None, and it's not your fault. Okay, so I think I'll get started and maybe some others will join us along the way. So somebody's asked for a thank you card and they wanted blues, which isn't a colour I work in very often, even though I do like blues. So for some reason I don't tend to sort of go towards it. So this is quite nice for me to be doing something that I don't normally do. So I'm starting off with my normal card size, which is 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. So that's my finished card base. So when I stamp, I always bring it out flat so that I get a much better stamping impression. And I'm using the Stampin' Up piercing mat. In case you haven't seen these, they are just like this. It's a piece of foam and I cover it in the paper so that when I'm stamping off the sides, it doesn't go onto the foam. Otherwise you have to keep wiping it over so you don't get ink on the back of your card. So I'm using the gorgeous stamp set Forever Fern. And this carried over from last year's catalogue, which I'm really, really pleased about because it's a fabulous stamp set. So this is what I'm going to start with. And really weird doing these leaves in different colours, not green, but you know, we've got to try these things out, haven't we? So just looking at the comments, and Anne's been in the garden this morning. Oh, have you been doing that weeding, Anne? Hope you haven't overdone it. And Jan says, because blue is the best colour. Okay, Jan, yeah. Blue's the best colour today, all right? So I'm going to start with this leaf from the stamp set. I have no idea what it is, but I like the curve. And I'm going to use the Stampin' Up Smoky Slate for this one. So I'm inking up and I'm just going to stamp quite randomly with this. It's not going to be anything precise, just getting some shapes on my card, like so. And I expect you're sort of thinking, that's not very impressive. Okay, so blue's the best colour every day for Jan. And Anne's been moving the planters to the front of the house as well as weeding. Okay, well, I think deserve a rest now. So I'm bringing in the stamp here that's got sort of 2 bows to it, and I'm using Pool Party ink this time. And with this one, I'm going to bring the leaves in from the edge like so. I like things to have different direction. And turn the stamp every now and then so you get a different angle. And then I'm going to bring it over to the side here. I need to I want to mask this off because I don't want to get ink on the back of my card. So I'm just grabbing a piece of used paper here just to mask that off and bring that in like so. It's always good to come in from different angles just to get that mix of looks. Hi Claire, I haven't spoken to you for ages, have I? It's lovely to have you along, thank you. So let's get back with my pad here. So now I'm coming in with a darker colour of Bermuda Bay, which again, I rarely use this, but I love it. So I don't know why I don't use it very often. So note to self, get that Bermuda Bay out. Look, I use it so rarely, I couldn't even open it. So in with this one. Now, I think this is a eucalyptus, but I could be wrong. If anybody can confirm or not that that's what it is, just let me know. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do this. Some can come off the card, some can be coming in from the edge. This is going to be quite a random one here. No real pattern to this one, just as I feel it's going to look good. I love this leaf. It's such a contrast in shape to the others. And, you know, there's never worry about stamping on top of other leaves because, you know, that's how they grow. They don't all just have their own little space. They do encroach upon each other. And let's just bring another one in there. So I think that's fine with our leaves. You like the Bermuda Bay. It's a beautiful colour, it really is. I'm going to be getting some cardstock in Bermuda Bay shortly, which I've not had before, so I'm looking forward to that. Then I'm using Night of Navy to bring in the dots. We have to have dottage, and that's just a lovely little stamp there. And this is just going to go randomly. And it can go on top of the leaves, it can go in between. It's great not to plan where this is going. Just stamp it. Yeah, that's it. What do you think of it so far? Okay, don't answer that. Right, so that's my idea for the base of the card. And at the moment, this has all been in my head. It's all just been an idea. So I hope this actually works. So let's just put that over to the side and we'll bring on the next bit. So the other stamp set I want to use is Timeless Tiles. I'm going to move this out of the way now. I tidied up my desk this morning so I'd have somewhere to put things when I move them along. So Timeless Tiles is a lovely background stamp, which I bought some time ago and I haven't used it an awful lot, not in videos anyway. So I thought, you know, it's time to bring this out because it really is effective. And I'm going to have the design on a very small piece of, well, what I call a small piece of card. This is the size of half an A5. So that's my size of card that I usually use. And this is half. So it's an A6 card front. Okay. So I'm going to stamp that design onto there. Now, I find the easiest way to do this is to use the door from my Stamparatus or Stamparatus, however you say it. And I'm going to use that Night of Navy that I used to do the dots on the background. And I find it easier if I put the stamp flat with showing upwards on my worktop and then come in with the ink like so. This works well because you can see exactly where the ink's gone onto the stamp. And if you've missed any, you can just go over it. It's always best to do it that way when you're using a large stamp. Then I'm going to take my piece of card and try and place it quite carefully straight like so, and then I'm going to put that piece of paper on top so that I don't get ink on my fingers. And then I'm just going to use this to make sure that I do get this nicely all over my cardstock. Now this is something I made. You might be able to see. I've made it from the lid of one of those Yankee, well, it's not a Yankee candle, it's a copy, the jars. And I just put some heavy stones, beads or something in it, some melted candle wick, wax. And then when it was dried, I put this, don't know where I got this from, it's just a piece of soft fabric with an elastic band. And that enables me to make sure that my card is pressed down nice and firmly all over to make sure that I get this nice stamped image. And fingers crossed, everyone, that it comes out beautifully. Oh, and it has, lovely jubbly, as Hills would say. And then I'm just going to take my Simply Chamois from Stampin' Up and just wipe the excess ink from this. I like to do it straight away because with a dark colour there is a risk of it staining on the stamp if you leave it too long. Okay, so that's come off beautifully. Oh, to my worktop. Let's just get rid of all this before that dries on. Okay, so let's just pop that away because I don't want to rest anything on that. Check my hands. Don't look too bad, but I think I will just give them a quick. I've sprayed them with the stamp pad cleaner. Oh, I think that's probably not a good idea, but at least it'll get it off my hands. And my old tea towel. Does anybody else do this? I bring all my old tea towels up to the craft room and then I can just use those to clean anything. Okay, so there's my piece of card already. Now, obviously, the stamp is a little bit shorter than this cardstock. So I'm just going to cut this down, top and bottom. And it's a shame Esther's not here because I'm bringing in the big scissors called Ellie that she loves. So if she comes on late, tell her, you know, I did use them. She's just missed it. What is it they say? You snooze. Was it you snooze, you lose or something? If I've got that wrong, sorry. Okay, so where we're at now is the tiles are going to go in the middle of the leaves. And yes, I think it does work. I was a bit worried. I didn't know whether that was going to work, but I do like it. I think it did need that bold colour on these. And it's just that little bit of the dark blue in the background as well. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to use my combo multi-purpose glue. in my new fine tip bottle. I know this doesn't look like it's got a fine tip, but I just cut the tiniest bit off the end so that it doesn't come out too fast. And it's a good big bottle, so I don't have to keep filling it up too soon. And it's got the lid on, so it keeps really well. So just going to pop that centrally there. And looking at this, I'm wondering whether it would have looked nice. I'm going to get this off really quick because I think that needs a border of the navy all the way around it. Oh, hi, Joanna. Nice of you to come along. You're listening whilst you're writing a class tutorial. Oh, don't get the two muddled up, will you? Okay, right. Let me just pop that over there, and I'm gonna make a Night of Navy map for this. So it's going to be 5.5 by 4 1/8. I think. Is that going to be big enough? Yeah. So I'm just going to cut that, and I'll be with you in just a sec. Just talk amongst yourselves, girls. So, yeah, I do think that looks better. Yes, it did. It needed that. It definitely needed that defined edge. So, yeah, just to show you that the, you know, if you're quick, you can take that off. Yeah, this is the problem, Anne, when you don't, you know, make one ahead. But I don't want to make the same card twice, so I sort of do it on the fly a bit. And but you know, yeah, we saved it, didn't we? So I'm coming in with that, just trying to get my border equal all around. That's not too shabby, and that does look so much better. So much better. Okay, so we're almost back where we were. Again, just pop that glue on. Never overdo this glue. A little goes a long way. So now I'm going to pop that in place second time around. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So I said it was a thank you card. Now we've got these super dies. They're called Amazing Thanks dies, and they're in the latest annual catalogue. And there is actually a stamp set that they go with it. Right, looking at the comments, Anne says much better. Jan says, oh, much better. And Anne says, I love it when you wing it. Yeah, thing is, you have to sometimes, don't you? You know, there are times when I plan everything really meticulously, and then when I come to do it, I think, oh, do you know what? I think I've changed my mind. So I just think, you know, why don't I just go with my idea and we'll see what happens. So this is because I've made the background quite detailed. I just wanted the thank you to be quite plain. Yes, it is plain, but I think with everything else going on, it's going to be enough. Now, what I like about these dies is that you've got the actual die that cuts out the word, but you've also got the die that cuts out the background, like so. And then for the U. Okay, so that one fits in there. So I thought it would be good to do the background in white, so it pops up from this. And then I've chosen the Pool Party, which is the colour I use for that. So all the colours are pulled in. Okay. Now I just wanted, I haven't stuck this one down because I wanted to show you that this one, the die actually cuts out thanks with an S. But I wanted this to say thank you. So I need to cut the S off. So I thought I'd do that with you to show that you can adapt your dies if they're not quite working for you the way they are. So with the thank, I'm just going to come up to the edge here and just cut a little rounded bit off like so. Okay. And then I'm going to stick it onto the backing, and then I'm going to cut this one so that I know where I'm going to cut. Now you can put the glue on the back of your hand if you like. You can put it onto a silicone mat and, you know, put the die cut on top of it, or you can do what I'm doing now, which is just going over the actual back of the die cut with the glue, because as I say, I did cut a very small hole in this, and it depends how hard I squeeze as to the amount that comes out. So it's quite controllable. I know this doesn't look like a fine tip, but as I say, it's all down to the amount you cut off. And then I'm going to place it in the right place all along. And because I've used that liquid glue, I can kind of, you know, get it to fall in the right place. Okay, so then I've got my, just getting rid of that glue there. That's the beauty of this glue. You can just, it'll dry and you can just get rid of it really easily. So now I'm just going to take my scissors and cut around the edge of the K. So I'm just going to cut it off quite roughly to start so that I've got most of it gone. And that helps me to just come in and take away the edge. Now I might do it in a couple of stages rather than just going for it straight away. Cut a little bit off at a time like this. And then that helps you to not cut too much off. So I've got the shape there, and it just needs a tiny little bit taking off there and a tiny little bit coming off here. So if you do it like that, you know, little bits at a time until it's right, you won't spoil it. So now I've got thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to put those back into my plastic envelope so I don't lose them, because that would be awful. But these are very, very versatile. You've got thanks, thank you, and you are amazing in there. They are really, really good. So when it comes to sticking this down, I think the words need to be together. I don't think they should be too far apart. I want it to be a statement, thank you. And I think I'm going to just put some edging on this. I'm looking for a pool party one. I don't want to do it in navy because I don't want it to blend in. So I think I might go for the Bermuda Bay. I haven't got one in Bermuda Bay, but I have got some new ones up here. Whoops. Sorry about that. I knocked the camera while I got up to get a new sponge dauber. So I do apologise for that, but I think you can see me okay now. So yeah, with the Bermuda Bay, which is so hard to open when you haven't used it for a while. I'm just going to go round the edge like this, just pick up a little bit of the very edge just to define it a bit. I can't get right into all the little nooks and crannies, but I think this would just be enough to lift it away from the background. I'm going to try and get a little bit in there. Oops, that's not gone brilliantly, but hey ho. Okay, is everyone still here? Yeah, I'm just going to do the other one now. Now, Verona, what have you been up to lately? I've seen a couple of your videos, so I know you've been doing some of your lovely gel printing. Okay, so I'm going to put this at a jaunty angle. I think it would look better at an angle rather than just straight. And here we go. Pop some more of this glue on the back. These bits are really easy to add glue to because it's not super fine. Now, do you think this needs a gem here and there? I've got some, I've got a lot of gems to be honest, but I've got a few bits and pieces. I've got some, I was wondering whether a couple of rhinestones might be okay. I think we've got enough colour, I think. I don't think it needs any more in the way of colour. Do you think a couple of rhinestones? Bonjour, Ruth. I'm slightly late, but don't worry. As you can see, I've been using one of your favourite stamp sets, Forever Fern. Navarana says she's working on a video with ink on photo paper. But right now, I'm trying to assemble a Godzilla out of dinosaur parts. Oh my goodness, the mind boggles. Sounds great. Honestly, anyone who hasn't followed Navarana, she's a true artist. Absolutely amazing. Right, I've actually got these, which I don't know if they are Bermuda Bay, but they do seem to match in there. I've got some plain white pearls, some rhinestones. I adore these, but every time I go to a project, these are never the right colour. I've got to do something in those colours so I can use those. These dots are clear and the pink, so again, not really the right colour. So do you think I ought to pop a couple of rhinestones on? Not sure. Actually, thinking about it, these might look okay if I just put a couple in the centre of these tiles. What do you think? I think that might look quite nice. Let me just get my snips and lift one of these just to hover it over there and see what you think. It might be too much, but oh dear, I did this once before and it worked really well. Well, that didn't work, did it? I'd taken the sticky back off. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to have to do it, aren't I? I tell you what, let's get a something with a, yes, centre of the tiles, says Hilary. She agrees with me. Yeah, I think just one or two here and there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that looks good. And it's always nice if you make a kind of triangle, isn't it? So if I do that and that, and I'll have to use a bigger one up there, but I think that'll look okay if I just use the bigger one there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's okay. So yeah, just a short one today, half an hour. And that's the finished card. If I hold it up like that, you'll be able to see the thank you better. Just trying to put it in the right place to get the whole card. Yeah, I can't wait to see Godzilla either. Yeah, so thanks for your, your input there with the beads or gems, whatever you like to call them. And thanks for coming along to watch. Thank you, Jan. So I'm hoping to get back on track now and get some more regular videos up. Sorry about last week's, but obviously I couldn't do a live when I was visiting a friend. That would have been very rude, wouldn't it? And I didn't manage to get one up on Wednesday evening because I just, as I say, overloaded with work. So I'm hoping to record another video to put out on Wednesday evening and Sunday on my Facebook page, and I'll be back with another live next Saturday. I'd love you to click the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. I think you all are. And just come along, watch me again, and share the video with friends. Thank you all very, very much, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye-bye for now.